Welcome to this explainer. You know, if you've ever felt like you're just scratching the surface of what the internet actually has to offer, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to completely transform how you navigate the modern web, taking you from a casual browser to an absolute power searcher.
And just so you know where we're getting all this, everything we're exploring today is pulled directly from the Comprehensive Library and Web Technology Course Guide. This is from the Department of Library and Information Sciences at Allama Iqbal Open University. We're tapping into some serious pro-level library science strategies here, specifically designed to help you master the electronic environment.
Let me start off with a question that actually might surprise you. Is your search engine hiding the best results from you? Think about it. When most of us need information, we type a few words into a standard search box and just completely trust the results, right? But relying solely on those basic searches actually means you're missing out on vast troves of obscure gems, rare treasures, and highly specific data. We're going to bridge that knowledge gap right now.
Okay, let's look at today's roadmap. We're going to cover beyond the basic search, mastering meta search engines, tracking people and news, quality reference resources, and finally, finding free full text.
All right, Section 1, Beyond the Basic Search. Let's uncover the hidden web.
So here's the thing. Not all web-enabled data is just sitting out there in a standard HTML format for anyone to easily find. Actually, massive amounts of incredibly valuable data are hidden completely out of plain sight. They're concealed within searchable databases, kind of like massive telephone directories, or they're locked away in non-HTML files, like PDFs. Traditionally, standard search algorithms just couldn't mine this data at all. It was the invisible web, literally completely off the radar.
But search technology is actively evolving to pierce this invisible web. And honestly, this is a massive breakthrough for everyday users. Powerful tools and advanced search engines now have the capability to search across 12 different file formats. We're talking PDF documents, Microsoft Office, Word, PostScript, even Coral Word Perfect. Specialized tools like Google Scholar, for instance, are diving super deep to index peer-reviewed journals, theses, and dissertations that used to be completely hidden in the dark.
Moving right along to Section 2, Mastering Meta Search Engines. This is all about multiplying your search power.
So, what exactly is a meta search engine? Sometimes called an aggregator, it's basically an incredible time-saving hack. It takes your single search query and simultaneously fires it out to multiple third-party search engines all at once. So instead of you manually typing searches into 5 different websites, the meta search engine does all the heavy lifting for you. It instantly gathers, ranks, and presents a massive amount of data from various sources right in one seamless view.
To put that into perspective, a standard search engine typically relies on complex link popularity algorithms to rank its results. Now that's fantastic for relevance and for fighting spam, but those default filters might inadvertently cut out rare, highly specific treasures. Meta searching, on the other hand, that casts a significantly broader net. Tools like Dogpile fetch and fuse results from Google, Yahoo, Yandex, and others all at the exact same time. Or take EntireWeb, which processes millions of searches by aggregating data. You're essentially bypassing the limitations of a single algorithm and getting a much wider, richer variety of results.
Okay, Section 3, Tracking People and News. Let's look at tracking real-time information. Have you ever needed to know exactly who is behind a specific web page? Maybe you need to verify the credibility of a sketchy news site, or just check if an online store is legit? Well, you can actually be your own investigator here. All internet access points have IP addresses overseen by ICANN. To find out who actually owns the dot, first you identify the domain registrar through a service like Internet. Second, you search that specific registrar's WOIS database. And third, you reveal the exact contact information and the IP address of the individual who purchased that domain. Pretty cool, right?
Now, when it comes to the news, the sheer volume of information updated every single second is completely overwhelming. Enter RSS, or really simple syndication. Think of this as your personal digital butler, just cutting through all that noise. An RSS feed simply converts a website's text into a standardized data feed. So instead of you having to remember to visit 20 different websites every single morning, a news aggregator program easily reads this feed and delivers only the customized news headlines and abstracts you actually care about, straight to you.
And you can tailor this to your exact needs to completely avoid information overload. Whether that means seamlessly pulling all your favorite scattered blogs into one neat aggregator like Bloglines, or maybe tapping into a massive news portal like Yahoo News to catch stories from 7,000 global sources at once, or even hyperfixating on specialized topics with a niche sports portal like getting exclusive historical cricket stats through ESPN Cricinfo. You are fully in control of how your information flows.
Let's move into Section 4, Quality Reference Resources. This is where we dive into the deep web of academia.
3. That is the number of days you might have to wait for an answer from the Internet Public Library. Now, you might be wondering why the wait. Well, because unlike an instant, cold search algorithm, the IPL utilizes real, human library staff and highly trained volunteers to answer complex reference questions submitted over the web. It's a fantastic reminder that sometimes the absolute highest quality information requires human curation, real expertise, and just a little bit of patience.
To navigate this massive academic web, we use meta-indexes. Think of these as your virtual reference desks. Whether you need to bypass commercial noise for serious humanities research via the voice of the shuttle, or maybe you need to grab raw, unfiltered federal statistics from over 70 U.S. agencies using FedStats, or even dig deep into court cases and legal codes using FindLaw, which has a free search engine for legal reviews. Basically, there is a dedicated, highly curated portal waiting for you.
Finally, we arrive at Section 5, Finding Free Full Text. Let's look at accessing digital texts at zero cost. We really have an incredible reality at our fingertips today, the ability to access specialized, full-text archives across incredibly diverse disciplines, and entirely for free. If you're passionate about poetry, Sonnet Central lets you search classic verse or even post your own sonnets. For deep history, Eurodocs acts as a premier directory, linking to original Western European historical documents. And for the foundations of law and diplomacy, Yale's Avalon Project offers an absolutely staggering online collection of foundational texts.
Then you have the absolute heavy hitters of the digital library world, resources that quite literally turn your internet connection into a massive free university. Volunteers at Project Gutenberg painstakingly digitize thousands upon thousands of public domain works. OA Eyster provides a seamless, unified search interface for open archive academic databases. The online books page curates links to public domain texts, fully searchable by Library of Congress subject headings. And the sheer scale of the NDLTD is just breathtaking, providing an international catalog with access to over 1 million electronic theses and dissertations.
Now, with all of these incredible tools, it is dangerously easy to get lost down a rabbit hole. So, to relieve your search anxiety, there's a golden rule of thumb used by library professionals, the 20-minute rule. Basically, whether you're using Google or the most powerful meta search engine in the world, devote no more than 20 minutes to any single search. If you can't locate the page within that time, it's highly likely it's not indexed or it simply lacks the meta tags to attract search engines. It's out of your hands, so seriously, don't stress about it.
We've traveled all the way from the surface level of standard search engines deep down into the invisible web of meta-indexes, RSS feeds, and massive full-text digital archives. You're no longer just a casual browser. You are officially a power searcher. So the invisible web is waiting. What hidden knowledge will you uncover first? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy searching!